Star Wars Episode VII The Force Awakens is a science fiction fantasy movie directed by J.J. Abrams and starring Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher. I've been a huge Star Wars fan since I was a little kid. Ever since I first saw the original trilogy, I was blown away and I loved it. And then the prequels came out, and I was around 5 or 6 years old when they came out, and I did not see them in theaters, but I did like them, especially episode 3. And nowadays I don't enjoy them as much, but they're still a fun time in my opinion. I don't hate them as much as everyone else. But I was really looking forward for The Force Awakens. And guys, I'm really happy to tell you that I loved this movie. I'm not going to spoil anything about the story to you. I'm actually going to do a spoiler video in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. The movie is about the rebellion trying to find Luke Skywalker, who has disappeared completely. And they're trying to find him to fight off the New Order. It's basically the Empire that has risen from the ashes. And there's a new villain in town, and his name is Kylo Ren. And he's here for business. In my opinion, this is probably one of my favorite stories in the Star Wars saga, including the Legends. And it's pretty damn fantastic in my opinion, because this movie touches some things that the Star Wars movies haven't touched. First of all, there is PTSD, people being scared of war. There are some really mature matters that I can't talk about because they are pretty much spoilers in themselves. But I do think this is one of the best stories told in the Star Wars universe. And guys, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried several times during this movie. First of all, it was the first Star Wars that I ever saw in theaters, and just seeing the gigantic introduction on the big screen, with the sound, with the iconic soundtrack from John Williams, just coming out of this movie theater, it was amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And I got a little choked up in a couple of moments because of just how epic it all was. It is an epic experience, and it is overwhelming. Honestly, I do prefer overwhelming, because there are so many things going on the screen. The fight scenes are fantastic. There are both dogfighting sequences, and there are also some shootouts. There are also a couple of Jedi battles that are pretty damn good. And the acting is also phenomenal in this movie. The guys from the original cast do a fantastic job. Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher are phenomenal in this movie, especially Ford, because it was really fun. Ian and Chewbacca, the back and forth between them, it was just pretty damn hilarious throughout. And the new cast is fantastic in my opinion. Not that many people know John Boyega, but he was also in Attack the Block, which is a pretty good movie if you haven't seen it. And he was pretty damn fun in these movies. There isn't really a comic relief in this. There isn't a Jar Jar Binks, or there isn't even an Ewok thing. It's just pretty much everyone is a character that works on multiple levels. There isn't the funny guy, there isn't the badass guy. They have multiple aspects to them, and that I really loved. There is also Daisy Ridley, who is pretty much the main character of the movie. And there is also Oscar Isaac, who is phenomenal in it. He's a badass, playing Poe Dameron, the best X-Wing pilot in the entire galaxy. And there is also Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, and Driver does a pretty good job because we all want from a villain to actually understand him, and he is pretty menacing, but he's also a pretty good character, not only a pretty good villain, and I can't wait to see where his character goes in the later movies. There are also many other really interesting characters that I won't spoil for you guys, and overall I just thought that this movie was fantastic. And I know that I said that already, but it really was, because I don't know, it just felt right, you know? While I was sitting in the movie theater and I was watching the movie, I had a big ass smile on my face for the entirety of the time. I was just standing there, watching everything unfold, getting choked up a bit. And I do believe that this is one of the best movies that has come out this year, and that's just my opinion. I know some of you might really enjoy this movie but don't think that it's that great. Others might actually don't like it because some people aren't liking it that much, but in my opinion it's special. It's a special experience, and we're living in a very weird time where many franchises are being brought back, and we didn't really need that. For example, Terminator Genesis. I didn't mind the movie, but it wasn't all that great, especially compared to the previous installments. But actually taking something that everyone loves and being able to revitalize it, bring some life back into it, because it is pretty much a been there, done that situation, especially in some aspects that I will talk about in the spoiler section. But still, I don't know, I just love this movie, I really don't know what to say. Well, actually, the special effects were amazing. There is a perfect blend of CGI with practical effects, and there are a couple of CGI creatures that are pretty damn obvious, you can actually notice them a lot. But for the rest, I was actually thinking which is CGI and which is practical, because this time around you actually see characters walking around sets. It's not just a gigantic blue screen room, it's actually full of things that people touch, that they walk on, and that just elevates the entire experience. And I do think that this movie will stand the test of time, because it is a really powerful story, and that might be just me because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm not fanboying about it, because I'm not gonna lie, a couple of scenes were a little bit, not boring, but a little bit slow, but there aren't that many of them because the movie has a really fast pace. But still, a couple of sequences I was like, this is interesting, but let's move on, especially in the beginning. And the third act, I was just sweating. I was basically swimming in a lake of pure sweat for how much I was actually into the movie. And for a couple of tears, I'm not gonna lie, for a couple of tears as well. But still, guys, Star Wars The Force Awakens is one of my favorite movies of the year, and it might just be my favorite Star Wars movie. I have to see it at least another 3 or 4 times to see if it's my favorite one, because right now I really don't know. Probably Return of the Jedi is my favorite one from the childhood, but I also do love Empire Strikes Back and the original, and actually Revenge of the Sith is a pretty good movie in my opinion. The other two, we don't really talk about them, they didn't really happen, and you can skip them just as easily as you can do with the cartoon series, even though it's pretty good, but I don't really enjoy it all that much. But still, guys, Star Wars The Force Awakens, I don't have to tell you to go see it, because you've already seen it. The entire world has already seen it by now, probably. And we're probably gonna see it another 2 times in the theater, and I think it's worth it, guys. So, tell me in the comments below, what did you like about this movie, what did you not like? Please don't spoil it for everyone else. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.